My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is February 2nd, 2024. It is 12:58 a.m. So 1 a.m. This is video number 2, by the way. Video number 1 is on our part of Pure Service. I did some tweets regarding Travelers, Well Central Kitchen, and Victus and all of that. So if you want to know about their charity, what they're doing, what they're up to, go on our part of Pure Service. This video here, I'll be focusing on, let's see, where's my list? Okay, the British media, you know, the gossip thing kind of thing, the royal rats kind of thing. So I have 9 tweets to share with you in this video. So what really concerned me today when I hop on here, and I was like, what's going on? This is not working. What happened? So I went into the content to see, did YouTube delete the video? So this is the video that's up right now, but there's no issues here. I'll put the thumbnails of this, a bigger version of it. So the way it is, I believe they're really monitoring my channels. It's the image that doesn't work well for them. It was working fine throughout the day, but because there's Camilla in the front smiling, and you have what's his name, William and Kate, you know, half of their face, and then you have William in the background and Harry in the background, back to back kind of thing. So someone at, I don't know, must not like the thumbnails of it. So when people come on my channel, they will not be seeing it. So this is what happened here. So this is not my doing. Let me show you. If I go to PYTE, let me pause. So if I come to our part of Pure Service channel, this is what you should be seeing. Let me put it next to it here. Alright, you will see the thumbnails of the recent video that popped up, and then here, nothing. Alright, here you don't see it. Let me it will not go into it. But whatever, let me not waste time on it. I have a lot to share with you, so let's not waste time. So let's look at the numbers here. Okay, estimate revenue $154.41. The last payment that they made, it did not match the estimate. Okay, it was more than that. It was 300 and change. I'll take a screenshot of it and share it with you, the last payment, because all I was seeing was between $100 and $200. But when I saw my whatever the deposit, it was 300 something. I don't know why the estimate is so. What I'm seeing every day is completely different from, so off, I should say, or off from the actual one. Okay, analytic. Let's look at the numbers. Okay, estimate revenue $173.37. Views in the last 48 hours 2,477, and that's the subscription. All right, so let's get started. Let's go on Twitter. This is the first tweet right here. British media. Okay, I put 1, 2, 3. What happened is that there's a possibility there's the same video, okay, being retweeted with different caption. So I put them back to back. We will see it only the first time, and then the second and third time I'll just read the comments, okay, and the new caption that follows it. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. This is the first tweet. Okay, let's pause. Okay, Americans don't want British press to come over here to America and harass Meghan, who is an American citizen here. Okay, so that's a retweet of that. This is the video here, and she has no comment. So let's go into that. Okay, pause again. Americans don't want a foreign prince coming over to try and make change to our laws. What? Americans don't want a foreign prince coming over to try and make changes to our law. No, that's not the thing at all. Oh my God. I think they put a statement. Remember, Meghan is American. She never gave up her citizenship. Okay, and she voted in the last presidential election, 2020 election. It made big news. Okay, so she has a voice as much as any other American in the US. So I don't know where they come with that. Okay, Kenzie Schofield slammed Harry and Meghan for releasing a video telling families of children who have been victims of cyberbullying that we all just want to feel safe. What is wrong about that? What is so bad about that? Okay, let me hear her BS here. It's 2 minutes and 6 seconds. I'm telling you, these people, it's like anything that, it's almost like the Obama thing with the Republican. Anything that Obama's for, they are against. This is a freaking common sense thing. I hope, does she have any children? Jeez. All right, so let's listen. 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
It's good to have you on board again, Kinsey. Lots of love to you. Let's start with Rupert on this one. Why have Harry and Meghan released this?
Well, there's obviously lots of debate in the States about this, and clearly it's for them to be seen that they are doing something proactive within their Archwell Foundation, and it is something that they have made a bit of a cause célèbre about. It just feels that it's a sort of PR move on their behalf to try and...
No, there's no PR here. Harry been saying this for a very long time. What is it? I believe it was it early 2020? There's something about, I remember the thumbnails that I did. I think there's an image of Harry and I put some, I'll put with a screenshot of it. And I think I have several other things where he's talking about online bullying and all of that. Okay, so this is not about PR. This is what they're passionate about, and it's close to their heart, and they have children. Okay,
probably retrieve some of the negative headlines and seem to be doing something good and positive. And no one's going to disagree with what they've said in this, which is, yes, it is tough for children out there and they need to be protected. And clearly there is some political movement in the States around this. So it feels like they're just trying to make themselves seem relevant while it is a topic of conversation within the United States and probably on a broader scale as well.
No, if they just came out of nowhere and start talking about that, maybe I would say he's right. But Harry have been, Archwell has been in it. Okay, they've been talking about it for a very long time. And then this is what they've been advocating. They've been pushing for things like that. Look at this. They were talking to the parents. Okay, remember during World Mental Health Day? Okay, we saw the parents, they were talking about with, what's his name? Carlson Daly, okay, who was the host of the thing, talking about them. Little did we know, Harry and Meghan were talking to those parents a year prior. Okay, they didn't just come out of nowhere and just do that. Oh my God, these people are crazy.
Well,
I wonder if Kinsey sees it in the same way. How's it going over in the US?
I mean, I agree with Rupert. It does look like it's an attempt to insert themselves in a bigger conversation that they were not invited to. No. This conversation is for every American. And then they have the platform, and if being discussed, and they've been advocating for that for a very long time, so why not put their statement out? Oh my God, the UK is crazy. Oh my God. This is insane. And Harry got away from them, from these people, because of their negativity, and then they're following them over there to the US, and then still talking stupidity, completely opposite of what Harry and Meghan are advocating for. Oh my Lord.
Senate doesn't care what Harry and Meghan think, and Americans certainly don't want a foreign prince coming over to try to make changes to our laws. This isn't the only time that Prince Harry has been involved in something like this. He also works with the Aspen Institute here in the States, which is looking to create new guidelines for how we navigate on social media.
Well, if nobody's doing it, so they might as well, start doing it themselves. Because you guys are full-blown, it's like infected
infested. When I said evil originated in the UK, the first time I said it, I just said it like that, with some belief behind it. It's like every single day I am being proved, yes, you are right. Evil originated in the UK. This is the hub of evilness. Harry, I can't believe Harry was born over there and grew up in this infested place to be the kind of human being that he is. My God, I cannot believe these people.
I think that they're trying to prove themselves as thought leaders, but it's hard to take them seriously in that arena when you're watching this foundation that they've built for themselves professionally in the entertainment industry kind of crumble.
What?
It's interesting that you mentioned the entertainment industry, Kinsey, because, Rupert, there are also developments being announced which involve Harry and Meghan.
Yes, well, Netflix are saying, well, they've got things in development. Well, yes, they've been having things in development forever, but saying there's one's a film, one's some documentary series. So again, it's all part of it. Feels like a bit of a PR move from various organisations on.
Oh my Lord, I feel sorry for the UK. My goodness. But who's gonna be the adult over there and say enough is enough with this BS? My God, my God. Thank God they're out of there. Let me see. Poof. Kenzie Schofield is the kind of person Americans need to protect their kids from online. Definitely. Harry has 2 children who are also American, and Meghan is American. Who the hell is she to tell them they can help make the country they live in a better place or the world? That's a very good point. Okay, exactly. 100%. Take a positive step forward and be part of the change. Take action. Be a spokesperson, advocate. Harry and Meghan are doing that. Right, so is that an ad? Okay, 110% of people are so blind by the crap they have been fed by people like her. Okay, who's her? Right, that they won't open their eyes until, God forbid, something awful happened to someone they know. Due to online bullying, their lack of awareness is scary. I'm telling you, it is scary over there. You lads talking bullocks. My goodness. Okay, so let's go into that. There's more comment into it. I went into that. Okay, Kenzie. Yeah, if they have the platform, Harry should understand this. The bully that's been putting on him since his mom passed. He knows how it feels. And that's why he got away from this place now that he had a chance to get away from it. And Meghan have experienced that only the brief moment she was in the UK. This is something she never experienced before until the UK went full-blown crazy behind her. Look at this. They left the UK. And then the UK said they were irrelevant. They will not talk about them once they leave. But look at this. They're following them. This is not normal, people. This is not freaking normal. The world cannot continue with this BS because the UK is good at spreading negativity. Look at every places that they've been through. They leave the country of that respective country in chaos. Okay, so that's Harry and Meghan with First Gentleman on Monday, 5 February. Okay. So Kenzie said USA as she is speaking for USA, or she's been on the phone with billions of USA people to hear their opinions, or she thinks she is a president and speak for all USA herself, and all the Americans will be noticed around the world, even though they didn't say it. But Kenzie, I'm American. I didn't say this nonsense. I don't agree with her. It's full-blown BS. Okay, they're also predictable. There's that here. She is trying to get certain videos closed down that focus on her. Oh my God. Okay, are y'all tired of this woman going on British TV and lying on Americans? Okay, your male guest is very uninformed at this, the station here. The President of the United States sent his Attorney General, a cabinet member, to be on stage with Harry and Meghan, during World Mental Health Day, during their parent summit on World Mental Health Day in October in New York City. They met with husband of the VP after. All right, that's the image below. My God, why are they telling the UK people all those unnecessary too? Harry and Meghan are in. Okay, and Vimeo. If you go on our part of your service, I mentioned it. Let's go over this really quickly here. Why not? Harry and Meghan is doing their work for Archwell Foundation, and you people have beef with that. Look at their impact, yet you people are just the mouth hate for profit, and we see that you don't care about kids' online safety because it is Harry and Meghan, and that you're the problem. Okay, on Capitol Hill, Senator, you know what? I was not gonna share it, but maybe I should. It was a long thread. Maybe I will do that now. Okay, after this, I'm gonna insert a long thread. So this is gonna be a long video. Okay, online Capitol Hill, Senator Hawley grills Mark Zuckerberg, prompting him to stand up and issue apologies to families who lost children due to harmful online content. Prince Harry and Princess Meghan's Archwell Foundation network, supporting parents dealing with grief and mental health challenges linked to such content, has advocated for some of these families. Okay, so let me look for that long thread. Maybe I'll read some of it, not all. Okay, it's a long thread. I may not go over all of them, but let me share with you. Mark Zuckerberg, on behalf of his products, primarily Instagram and Facebook, faces the full Senate Judiciary Committee, now along with 4 other CEOs, 3 under subpoena for harming children. This is how it has begun. Mark Zuckerberg, you have blood on your hands. Alright, so one of so many. It's 1 minute and 11 seconds. Alright, let's listen. I mean, when you look at some of the politicians, so it's like they are two-faced. You can't really take them very seriously. So let's listen to that.
These are bastards by any known definition. Mr. Zuckerberg, you and the companies before us, I know you don't mean it to be so, but you have blood on your hands. You have a product. You have a product that's killing people. When we had cigarettes killing people, we did something about it, maybe not enough.
During the World Health Mental Day, Meghan had given an example. I don't think it was cigarette, but I think it was car. If I find the clip, I'll put it. To give an example, when something that is malfunctioning, and then we see that it's harming people, we did some changes. We modified our current situation to make things somewhat safer. If I find the clip, I'll put it.
Technology and Tristan had said, just like when something is invented, let's take the car for example. When the car was first invented, there wasn't a seatbelt. You could smoke inside of your car. And what happened? People started to get hurt. People started to die. So you started to change the car. You would put in safeguards so that this new piece of something that is part of our evolution is adapting to keep people safe. Right now, even if you're veering off into the lane, maybe you're getting a little sleepy, it'll beep, 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 bring you right back to where you're safe. And so as we watch the evolution of social media and the internet, what are those same modifications we need to make to ensure that just like that car, we are adapting to the times, because people are getting hurt and people, specifically children, are dying. How do we fix that? And I think it will take all of us on so many different levels, from grassroots level, of course, probably to policy. Of course, probably to policy, to be able to keep our families and our children safe.
Repeating something similar to Meghan.
You're going to talk about guns? We have the ATF. Nothing here. There's not a damn thing anybody can do about it. You can't be sued. Now, Senator Blumenthal and Blackburn, who've been like the dynamic duo here, have found emails from your company where they warned you about this stuff, and you decided not to hire 45 people that could do a better job of policing this. So the bottom line is you can't be sued. You should be. And these emails would be great for punitive damages. But the courtroom's closed to every American abused by all the companies in front of me. Of all the people in America we could give blanket liability protection to, this
guy, he's talking really common sense here, but knowing the way he votes for things, it's unbelievable. All right, let's see here. Okay, after Republican and Democratic leaders show alignment on dealing with Zuckerberg, backed up by bipartisan state attorney general lawsuit across the nation, the chair again reiterated that Twitter's CEO, along with 2 others, had to come under subpoena, now under oath. All right, let's pause this. He's sweating again There's this to tag somebody. Okay. In all seriousness, I have seen him this vulnerable in years. The stage ages evidence, likely in hands of other concerning enforcers, is quite bad for Zuckerberg and the entire company, Sandberg included. And by the way, the 2016 election. All right, the nonsense that went on. Oh, by the way, I saw YouTube did something to some of the videos that I had regarding when I talk about the social media things. Some of you probably have seen it. Which channel did I have them? I think it was on this channel, APTS Team Sussex, but people can't watch them. Anything that inform people that I share with you, YouTube is part of the problem too. Even though now they did that on the January 16, where they said anything that talk about kids and things like that. Meanwhile, the kids who are being suffered, they don't want people to talk about it. Okay, but let me 8 seconds. Let's listen. Oh,
I'm committed to continuing to work in these areas, and I hope we can make progress today.
okay.
I'm committed
So
to
that was
continuing
it.
to work in these areas.
Okay, will be interesting to see where Senate goes after opening. And if believe me, we're heading the right way right now with the president we have here. If we have a Republican, all this is gonna be scratch off. Okay. Okay, Meta likely sign on first with hope the 4 other CEO will deflect focus. Senate will be wise to stay focused. That's the thing that I was saying here on the Meta. And by the way, that I had one video that I explained why Facebook had changed its name because of, to Meta. It's because of the negative things that had followed them, and they want to change their name. They went and changed their name, but people still know them as Facebook. Okay, Meta with the evidence and lawsuit, it will drive better behavior for everyone else regardless. Yes, TikTok, China, X, Musk are ripped for grilling Discord as a service, but it will create noise and distract from Facebook and Instagram. Snap, although can certainly bring concern, has mostly led and differentiated away with Meta's repeated scandals and problems. Okay, let's pause this. Okay, what a bizarre call out to make from CEO company Twitter, who the Senate chair just called out for requiring a subpoena to even show up to answer questions on behalf of the public and parents. Alright, so this is the thing that's going on in the US. For these lot in the UK, okay, to say Harry and Meghan don't have a say on that when they're living there, they have children who are Americans. God, the UK is baggage for you, and their minions who's helping spreading the negativity, they all are baggage for you. Okay, this one is 16 seconds.
We need to raise the standards across the entire internet ecosystem, especially for those tech companies that are not here today and not stepping up.
Okay, X, that's Twitter. Why quite an exchange with Zuckerberg that leads into a fury and bipartisan grilling led by Senator Graham before handing off to Senator Klobuchar, who has been leading on need for common sense tech, particularly competition regulation.
Son got caught up in a sex extortion ring in Nigeria using Instagram. He was shaken down, paid money. That wasn't enough, and he killed himself using Instagram. What would you like to say to him?
It's terrible. I mean, no one should have to go through something like that.
Do you think he should be allowed to sue you?
I think that they can sue us.
Well, I think he should, and he can. If his son got...
Okay, there's this here. For those who have asked and all, here is the link to the live hearing. Alright, so there's that here. Okay, I'm gonna stop because there's more. Okay, this is what's going on in the US. Alright, it's a lot of information. Okay, I've been putting this off over and over again. It's a lot of information. So for these lots in UK to dare say they're BS, shame on them, especially her.
You know, a year ago we met some of the families, not all of them, at that time. it was impossible to not be in tears, as I'm sure so many of you have been today hearing these stories. You hear the stories again and again and again, it's still going to have the same emotional impact because it's just that devastating. And as parents, though our kids are really young, at 2.5 and 4.5, but social media is not going away. And look, I think by design, there was an entry point that's supposed to be positive and creating community. And something has devolved. And there's no way to hear that and not try to help these families have their stories be heard. And the burden can't solely be on the parents, and for these parents who have experienced this extreme grief to not feel burdened, to experience extreme guilt. It's not their fault. And many of the platforms that we've had conversations quietly behind the scenes with these tech executives, and they do feel that they have created, and they have, many of them created, parental controls and certain guardrails, much of which many parents, if you aren't tech savvy, you can't navigate that comfortably. It feels pretty overwhelming. So there has to be a better solution than that, of course. And I think equally, in every country has different guardrails on things like this. We've had insight sessions. We were just in Germany. We had one with parents there. My husband's done them in the UK, and obviously we've done a collective of families across the States. But as we've also discussed with, the tech space and online harms has been important just prior to working specifically with families. And it's Tristan Harris, who's a friend of ours that we started working with a few years ago, founder of Center for Humane.
Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. I went off with that thread. It's a long thread. Oh my god, that was just the first tweet and I added that long thread. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet, which also focused on that same video of that woman. I'm not gonna play it again. I'm just here for the caption and some of the comment. Okay, I'm sorry. Is the takeaway here that we want children to be cyberbullied? Are you this desperate to smear Harry and Meghan that you are pro-cyberbullying for kids? Okay, she tagged her. Okay, are you effing serious here? My god, this is why I said baggage for God. Okay, I should add, she's a coward as she has her page on lockdown. She loves to dish but typically can't handle the pushback. Okay, maybe she blocked you. I can see her page just fine. I don't need to go on her page if she's that talking this negativity. Okay, I won't say desperate, but yes, anything they go near is bad. Harry has always been treated like crap. This is what I was saying. Harry should know. He experienced the nonsense, the bullying from these people. Wow, how low will they go just to have a go at Harry and Meghan? Then again, I'm not sure we could expect anything else from that. They tag her again. She's rather bully adults and children as that's how she pays the bills. Okay, after this, whatever's there here. Americans are tired of cyberbullying, and we understand that those who pay their rent and cyberbullying Princess Harry and Prince Harry and Princess Meghan are nervous that they may soon have to find legitimate way to earn money. There's that here. I don't care about you. My goodness. Okay. So they have Florida trying to outlaw social media account for kids under 16, but Harry and Meghan say, let's try to be aware of how cyberbullying can affect kids is a bad thing. Okay, God, please don't retweet Talk TV. Okay, ignore him. He is a significant little man who is trying to be relevant. The man has such a slimy voice, like he's just talking into space. Jeez. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Again, similar video, different caption. Let's see how some people respond to that. Okay, Kenzie Schofield. Let's pause again. Slam Harry and Meghan for supporting families that lost their children to online bullying. I guess she has no problem with children getting bullied to the point where they end up committing suicide.
But I will say, I feel fortunate that our children are at an age, again, quite young, so this isn't in our immediate future. But I also feel frightened by how it's continuing to change, and this will be in front of us. As they say, being a parent, the days are long, but the years are short. So it worries me, but I'm also given a lot of hope and a lot of energy by the progress we've made in the past year, being able to have these incredible parents, these survivors.
Okay, okay, I read this already. He reposted it here. She's prettier, more cheerful version of Angela Levine. Remember this crazy bee? Photoshop her face onto Harry and Meghan's engagement photo. Really? Was that her? I remember the squad were talking about something like that, and use it as her profile pic for 2 years. Her smirking has replaced Wooten's, but it's just as loathsome. If Kenzie Schofield got children, then God help me to pray for these kids. Having a terrible mom putting herself on UK TV to say American doesn't. Alright, I refuse to go into detail, but Kenzie Schofield really has no idea what these parents go through. Like I've said, as much I do not want to say this, but in order for these people to understand, okay, they have to experience it. Okay, it's in pain and grief that will be there for the rest of their lives. Some found their children. They will always wonder if they could have prevented it. I found my youngest daughter. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about that one. Knock on wood, I never experienced that. Please, Lord. Okay, Kenzie must be speaking about that other foreign prince, aka Peggy, who's attempting to bring himself as an environmental expert fell catastrophically in the US. Both earth-shot in Boston and wading in New York City polluted East River. Okay, she is a bully herself. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, that's regarding Angela Levine. Okay, let's pause. OMG, is she serious? What on earth could they possibly leak? The menu for tea? Give us a break. Harry put out not just a best-selling book, but the best-selling book of 2023, and they had no idea until just weeks before it hit shelves. They did interview, documentaries, tours, vacations, product investment, and movie premieres, moved 2 countries and bought a house, and the royals had no clue what was going on. But leaked sandwiches or the color of the ribbon, God, that's a time-altering catastrophic disaster. That's what this is. Okay, I didn't listen to this. Let's see what she said here. Alright, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry literally producing unscripted screenplay for Netflix while championing relevant causes. UK press, Eugenie and Beatrice can't work for King Charles because they might leak to Harry. What the hell? That they're about to cut ribbons and pose with peasant. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's listen. This is only 16 seconds.
But then you come to whether he should have his other brothers' children and Prince Andrew's daughters, and that's very difficult because you don't know whether they, who are quite friendly with Harry, would maybe leak something. But then you come to whether he should
Oh my
have
Lord, my Lord, the UK, these people are wasting people's time. Okay, Angela Levine is hoping someone somewhere will leak relevant information to her. She does not give interviews. She plays word games called Harry and Meghan. She has a few favorite words she uses between adjective and verbs. Negative adjectives and verbs belong to Harry and Meghan. Okay, just because they are obsessed with Harry and Meghan, who live rent-free in their heads, they assume Harry and Meghan are obsessed with the boring, old, left-behind royals. Okay, listen, after the near war between US and the UK over how to make the perfect cup of tea, maybe the royal family tea really is a family secret. There's a laugh here. And yes, I know you mean early dinner, but I'm still confused between tea and tea. Okay, I can't believe people in the UK give airtime to this hateful old woman. I'm telling you. Okay, I blocked Angela Levine ages ago. She's a volcano of hate. Yeah, my goodness, the UK. I don't even need to go into that. Let's go to the next one. This is another royal rat. Chris Chips. This one is kind of funny though. Oops. Alright. How it started. There it is here. There's Chris Chip. Until Wednesday. That was back in 2020, okay? Until Wednesday, Harry and Meghan are still royal, and therefore they register under my brief as royal correspondent. After that, there are 2 former royals who live in America. Okay, yes, after Wednesday, I don't think they come under my brief anymore. Okay, all this back in 2020. So how it's going? What was the other one? Now this is it here. Okay, there's Chris Chip here 2 hours ago. Well, that's probably today. Okay, Harry and Meghan are heading back to Canada. The country they first lived in. They left the UK. They are heading to Whistler later in February to mark 1 year to go until the Invictus Game 25, the first winter tournament for Harry's Invictus Game. What was it in Netherlands? He followed them in Netherlands. He couldn't get into the arenas. Okay. Oh yes, we love one. Okay, that was before they got the message from the palace to attack everything Harry and Meghan. Do not forget the palace went on the attack to force them back. It's why they took their security.
the private secretaries began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death, like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
And from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
Alright, there's 3 comments here. Exactly. Spot on, wrong on so many levels. No, it's true. We read it from so many, from the book, and I believe some other tweets Omid have posted. Okay, that's that. Too bad at Royal Family at Kensington Royal lost them. Oh well, they tagged them. She tagged them. Okay, very few royals are under his brief as it is. Meghan and Harry keep most of them in a jab. The rest of them are complete bored. I thought the ship had sailed, pun intended. There's the rolling eye. Sadly, I can see the royal gossip ship has not sailed. Okay, he is like a vampire, now thirsty, can't live without the most important couple in the whole world. How is the Commonwealth going? Okay, I'm telling you, William has that to go about, but instead they all taking a break, and you have Camilla, you know, doing her walkabout. So, all right, let's finish this. Okay, he knows that Harry and Meghan are the real deal, but allow the insecure king and raging pegs prince to ruin a good thing for them. He could have been fair with his reporting, because I know for a fact he adores Harry, but they all got their orders and they lost big time. Shame. Alright, I have a feeling that the palace will be cutting the media off for a long time. Let's pause. With all the recent shenanigans from the palace, they can't even get a proper answer to where the heck Kate is. William doesn't even want to do engagement anymore. Because Harry's not there to take the blame for him. Okay, because Harry was there doing all the hard work and he only saw the finished product. The brother, that is. How are they paying their bills? Okay, I love the internet and the bounty of receipt it provides. There's that here. The thirst is real. Okay, same guy who went to Invictus. Yep, the Netherlands one. Some of the squad who were there as spectator took picture of him waiting because he couldn't get in the arena. Every time there's the laugh here. This was from a video that what is it? Someone at the thing at the theater took it. Okay, Harry and Meghan are not the losers. They're the one who are actually providing content, and but all the whoever wants to talk about them or following them. Oh my God, there's this one here. Okay, in the end, she got everything she ever wanted: the crown, a house divided, her children to fill the gap, and of sons and brothers no more. Camilla, the cat that swallowed the canary. She won. Okay, so there's me here. There's no shame in her game. My God. I wonder if anyone thought maybe, just maybe, she has something on the royals. All of a sudden, royals who are close to the throne have some issues at the same time, and many of the issues are in the blur, meaning that they're not that clear. Okay, and now have savior, queen of side chick, save the day. Right, two people like it. Yeah, something is not right. And I continue here. This must be a test just to see how the peasant might take it. If no one says a word, no complain, no explain, the replacement will start. Buckle up, UK. There is a lot at risk. UK don't want to give reparation. One group, I'm talking about, that's reparation the Caribbean is asking for. That's that reparation I'm talking about. Okay, one group might take everything and leave the country dry. It's coming. Okay, like the storm is coming. Okay, I beg to differ. It will be a short-lived victory. You never know. Hey, she's taking her, how do you call her, glory. Okay, his house is falling. This house is falling. She'll get to enjoy it for a short while, but not long. That's true. I sort of agree with that. She won, but Charles and the monarchy lost everything. The monarchy is at the lowest point. Charles lost the star wife. That's right, Princess Diana. His star son and daughter-in-law. He is the king without his adoring subjects. Charles will die a unworthy man to be a king. Diana's good king Harry is the king. I will be very interested to see what happens if Will become king and she's still around. Not a fan of Will either, but I suspect he's playing the long game too. Maybe he's just playing alone, and then later and he, do the gravel on her. Okay, 100%. I've stated this before. Camilla has managed to publicly humiliate and vilify Princess Diana, Diana's children, and their spouses, all the while protecting and financially enriching her own children. Her method should be studied. I'm telling you. But the thing is that the people are not saying a damn thing. And the people who are in power, each one of these people, those politicians, they have something to take in. It's the scratching. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So they allow this to take place. And at the end of the day, the people just take everything in. Okay? When people don't give a F, okay, this is where, things could be very scary. But I guess some people still give a F. Okay, did she win though? What good is it being queen of a crumbling kingdom? What good is it being queen of a kingdom that she is no position to maintain? This is like William winning a comb. This is a Pyrrhic victory at best. Well, she wanted to be queen and she got it. So even if it's 2 seconds or 5 million years, she got what she wanted. But at the end of the day, like all comment that I came across where people saying that she might be the last queen or something like that. Maybe that's what she's hoping for. All right, there's that here. There is a story in the Bible where this man sat one night making plans about what he was going to do the next day. God looked at him and said, "O thou fool, tonight is thy soul required of thee." Moral of the story is, be careful about your plans. Okay, at this point, I don't feel sorry for Charles at all. She is his choice. Okay, for her sake, she should hope to live forever because she will have many things to atone for. Camilla exceeded every wicked stepmother in every fairy tale ever told. This woman makes me sick. Lady Karma, where are thou? Nobody can stand that woman. She doesn't, like I said, she have no shame. Next tweet, and I believe that's about her again. My goodness, no shame at all. Okay, Telegraph, Queen Camilla is practically ruling solo as the last one standing. Okay, Queen Camilla is just what the royal family deserve. Okay, so there's me here. Bodies left on the street, UK peasant eat up. She's showing y'all she can be the royal y'all never had and one you must have. Say UK, like open your mouth. Here's your side chicks to be in a marriage royal. Oh la la, there's the puke here. So this is Harry saying what he thinks of Camilla.
That she started a campaign in the British press to pave the way for a marriage, and you wrote, I even wanted Camilla to be happy. Maybe she'd be less dangerous if she was happy.
Mhm.
How was she dangerous?
Because of the need for her to rehabilitate her image.
That made her dangerous.
That made her dangerous because of the connections that she was forging within the British press. And there was open willingness on both sides to trade of information. And with a family built on hierarchy, and with her on the way to being Queen Consort, there was going to be people or bodies left in the street because of that.
My
But then
goodness,
she
it's
started-
like Harry wrote the script and then Camilla is walking right through it. Okay, I did not have side chick Sally taking over on my bingo card. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. There's more comment. I could give more opinion, but let's move on. Okay, I have one more after this. A mainstream model coming out strongly against one of the biggest hate account on this platform is definitely interesting. I mean, it's by far too little too late, but interesting. Okay, I wasn't sure who Henry VIII was making reference to, because this one I'm not sure who she's making reference to, which rota. She's only doing it for when she booked on a show. She can say she called out trolls against Meghan when she cries about people calling Kate out online. They look absolutely ridiculous crying about Kate when they never say anything about Meghan. So they're playing cleanup. Okay, I think I know. From this comment here, I don't think I have that tweet here. There was a tweet that I came across. It was one of the voters. Let me see if I find it. Alright, I cannot find what I was looking for, so let's finish this. Okay, she's only doing it for when she... Okay, I just read that. Even before whatever it happened with Kate, I have been predicting that we were going to see some heavy attempt at revisionist history. Okay, it's like the voter didn't think it through that going after one royal gave license to go after them all. Racism isn't rational, and hindsight, I'm sure there have been some discussion behind the scenes as how not to appear so blatantly hypocritical. Okay, what is interesting is that the royal rats hadn't blocked her. Why would you even have access to respond to such blatant hateful account? Okay, where do you think they get their stories? Alright, so I think I know what she's talking about, but I'm not 100% sure. What I thought they're making reference to, I cannot find it for me to share with you. If I find it while I'm editing, then I will share it with you. Okay, so the last one that I had, it's regarding kids and for Harry and Meghan. So I moved it to PYTA. Alright, so this is it. Let's do a prayer. Should we do a prayer? Prayer for prosperity? Let's do that. Okay, Heavenly Father, I humbly ask you for your favor and blessing and my pursuit of success and prosperity. Pour out your grace upon me and open doors and opportunity. Grant me success in my endeavor and bless the work of my hands. May our favor go before me and lead me toward abundance. Let's do one more because of the negativity that I'm hearing. Prayer for peace. Let's do that. Just peace. Okay, Lord Jesus, we ask you to give us all around peace in our mind, body, soul, and spirit. We want you to heal and remove everything that is causing stress, grief, and sorrow in our lives. Please guide our path through life and make our enemies be at peace with us. Okay, so that's it.
Thank you. I can't start without thanking all the parents, the mothers and fathers that have been here today for being with us physically here today, but also being on this journey for the last year, creating this community of shared experience. We know it's not hard. We know it's not easy for you guys to be here, so thank you very much.
Thank you for asking and also for being here with us. You know, a year ago we met some of the families, not all of them. At that time, it was impossible to not be in tears, as I'm sure so many of you have been today hearing these stories. You hear the stories again and again and again, it's still going to have the same emotional impact because it's just that devastating. And as parents, though our kids are really young, like 2.5 and 4.5, but social media is not going away. And look, I think by design, there was an entry point that's supposed to be positive and creating community. And something has devolved, and there's no way to hear that and not try to help these families have their stories be heard.
And answer your question, Carlton, if I can answer it. I think once we started to realize how many people, how many families, how many parents there were in the US but also around the world that have suffered the greatest loss. We've quickly realised that there was no one really in this space bringing them together. And yes, a huge part of this is to be working with Matthew and his team towards sort of the ultimate solution.
Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. I can't believe they did that because of I think they just don't like the thumbnails, the way that I did the thumbnails. And then they make sure people cannot see it. This is crazy. But the thing is playing though. Let me see here. This video. Right here, this one. But anyway, that's it. I have one more video to do. Right now is 1:48. So let me get started. That's it for now.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.